Tell us, when is Brahma Muhurat? What should one be doing in Brahma Muhurat?
Quality of air is very superior. Quality of air is decided by ions. Negative ions are better for your health. Increase your flow of energy, circulation. The negative ions are highest in the morning in Brahma Muhurat.
What is the first thing that you do? Is there any mudra?
Prana Mudra. What is the area first? Heart and lung. Then Samana, with the breath which pervades the whole body but acts as an emergency breath. When people are in coma, and what sustains them? After people die for some time, the body immediately decomposes. Is Vyana, the fifth kind of breath.
A bhogi sleeps on the belly, a rogi sleeps on the back, and a yogi sleeps on the side. Is that true?
That is the way of how to sleep. Sleep on your left side and use your right nostril and Pingala Nadi. Then your right lung is 30% larger. You are providing 30% more oxygen. Everything that is there in our life is there literally written in our hands.
Really?
The goddess of peace, prosperity resides in the front part of my hand. Saraswati lives in the middle part of my hand.
Swamiji Kapri is the guiding spiritual force behind Pushkar Meditation Temple, an internationally renowned yoga institution in the sacred town of Pushkar, Rajasthan. A lifelong practitioner of Raja Yoga and Tantra Yoga, he has spent over 5 decades sharing the authentic science of yoga, guiding seekers to move beyond identification with the body and realize their true nature as the eternal self.
Anything else that we can do sitting in bed?
There are certain dharana called Kalagni Rudra. You can literally burn your body. There is our right big toe is called Kalapad. It's a technical term, like how you light a candle, you can light your toe. Let that fire spread to your whole body.
Now we get off the bed. What is the correct way to get off the bed?
Normally people urinate first. A lot of people drink their urine. Urine is a very good medicine for everything. Even today, a lot of sages drink that kind. They will never fall ill. There are certain mudras called shapen, arms parallel touching your ears and index fingers touching each other. What it does, it opens intestine and colon, help evacuating gas, bring pressure on your ears. There's also help in evacuation, in eliminating the waste from the body.
Please tell me the correct method of washing the private area and then after that washing the hands, because I remember you telling me that you should wash your hands certain number of times, which is very unique.
16 times. You take a bucket of water, then you can suck the water through your nose and push it out for eating. See in the hills, nobody sits in cross-legged position. Everybody sits on a squatting position because there's enough pressure on the abdomen. You will not end up eating too much.
What is the correct way to breathe?
The breath is not unlimited. So preserving that breath is very, very important. People who do too much of manual work, like our sumo artists, they don't live very long.
Known for his simplicity, clarity, and profound spiritual wisdom, Swamiji continues to inspire students from across the world. And it is with great joy and excitement that we welcome him back for the 3rd time on the Body to Being podcast.
There's a correct way of walking is looking 5 meters in front. Secondly, hand should never be like, fingers should not be like open like this. The energy flows down. There are 2 mudras which you should use while walking. Either one is called...
Did you know that drinking your own urine could keep you away from a majority of diseases? Because a part of your urine is considered to be the nectar of life, is considered to be Amrit. And did you know that while you urinate, you should actually clench your teeth and urinate? Or the best way to eat your food is not sitting on the ground in Sukhasana, but it's actually sitting in a full squat. And one of the best yogic mudras that you can do even when lying in bed is actually the Shiva Linga Mudra. Also an interesting fact, that your right lung is 30% bigger than your left lung, which is why you should never sleep on your right side but on your left side. So if you're already walking these paths or you've begun wondering where to begin, this masterclass is a good starting point. And together with Swamiji Kapri and my Mamaji, we'll explore the Yogic Dinacharya, the external and internal tools of well-being that are practical, simple, beginner level, yet incredibly powerful for everyday life. And if you'd like to be a part of our upcoming classical Hatha Yoga retreat in Ladakh, you can contact the number in the description. And if you haven't subscribed already, I'd be very grateful if you could subscribe because unfortunately 80% of our viewers don't. You can register for our Kailash Mansarovar Yatra, which happens from the 9th of September until the 22nd of September.
I realized that this journey, this pilgrimage is a transformation for me.
I felt that there was some external energy that was pushing me and also the people around me. I hope all of you go to Kailash again, or if not, make sure you go at least once.
All the details will be in the description below. Swamiji Kapri, namaste.
Namaste, Shloka.
Welcome for the 3rd time on the Body to Being podcast.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
And as always, I'm the only one who has the pleasure of calling you Mama ji.
Yes,
And also, I have the pleasure of hosting you for the third time. So thank you so much. And today's topic is going to be on Yogic Dinacharya or the Yogic lifestyle, and it's going to be a masterclass.
Okay.
And you're the king of masterclass, Mama. There's no one better in spirituality to give a masterclass. So, what are we going to be learning about today?
See, every individual has two clear options in life. One is to live a life of mundane, of just layman. And what is the main criteria for that? The man is totally controlled by mind. It's literally like a mind has put a leash around your neck and makes you dance to its tune, And the limitation with that approach is that then you remain in matter, body, and there's no growth. So other clear option is you put a leash around the mind and bring it under control. The sadhak, he does everything with full consciousness, full awareness. Whether it's any act, eating, sleeping, walking, talking, whatever in life. So you can literally look at life of a yogi or a sadhak. What will happen is sadhak will never find a sadhak sleeping when the sun is already up, kind of thing. All they get up in Brahma Muhurat.
So, Mama, what are some of the internal and external yogic tools that we can do in our day-to-day life that can take us to our highest possible selves, morning to night? What do we begin with, and why is this so important?
Yes, very good question. There are three things that you should do at a fixed time. What are the three things? First is eating. You should eat at a particular time, particular thing. Why do you do that? Because this notion that food is cooked on fire is misplaced. Fire literally destroys the nutrients. Actually, fire is cooked by the Yatra, that belly fire. And which incidentally lights just before, if you take a particular meal at a particular time, 40 minutes before that. Suppose you take lunch at 1 o'clock. At 12:20, your fire starts lighting up, that fire.
The internal fire.
Internal fire.
Okay.
What is called Jataragni. Now, without sun, there's no life possible on the universe. Similarly, without that fire, no life is possible. The second thing that you should do at a particular time is sleep. And third is your sadhana, whatever you do. You do yoga, you do meditation, you do kriya, whatever you do, there should be a fixed time. Because again, the body demands that. So these three things you should do at a fixed time.
Mama, speaking of when to wake, the ancient granths, the Manusmritis, the Garbhagraha, all have spoken about Brahma Muhurat. In fact, there's a famous quote which says, Brahma Muhurate Uttishthit Swastho Rakshatam Ayushaha. Which means that if you wake up at Brahma Muhurat, you are in a sense protecting your life. And today science is also showing us that the waste materials in our body, such as the quality of urine, is very different and distinct in this particular time in comparison to any other time of the day.
Right.
So tell us about this concept, and when is Brahma Muhurat and what should one be doing in Brahma Muhurat?
Now, see, almost you look at any scripture, our scripture, when we will emphasize getting up in Brahma Muhurta for any kind of sadhana, okay? Now, what is Brahma Muhurta? Brahma Muhurta is normally considered char pahar. So, for char pahar means about 2 hours. 2 hours before sunrise. My experience has been, by 8 hours sleep, I get in 4 hours.
Wow.
What is the purpose of sleep? Literally is recharge. There are basically three things in body. What are the three things? Prana, Chetana and Atma, Prana is the vital energy part, Chetana is the consciousness part, mind part, and Atma is that inner soul, deeper part, That's what we actually are, the kind of thing. So what happens is, all these three should get sort of revived, rejuvenated. This is the purpose of sleep. Now for that, it's important that you sleep properly, sleep in a well-ventilated room, and breathe correctly. So the purpose of breath is what? The exchange of gases. If your breath is shallow and you don't allow time for exchange of gases, where does the exchange of happen? In our capillaries. See, our lungs have 72,000 capillaries, very tiny tubes, where the exchange takes place. So the air has to reach those capillaries, remain there for the exchange, for the contaminated carbon dioxide to come out, and oxygen to go in. So that's why there's one simple technique of make your exhaling slightly longer than inhaling. when you're sleeping, all the time,
through the
20,
day?
yeah, all through the day.
Okay.
But consciously do it for some weeks, some days, then it becomes automatically, because body, matter remembers everything. So make exhaling slightly longer, deeper. And breathing should also be very subtle, It should not be harsh. It should be long, deep and subtle.
Okay.
If that is revived, what happens, the brain gets, today big problem is brain not getting enough oxygen.
Okay.
Not getting enough hemoglobin. As a result, mind gets confused. Then you get all the problems of anxiety, depression, loneliness, insomnia. All these problems arise because mind is not nourished. So you allow your mind to be nourished. And what is the best thing is, for a couple of days you do a simple asana called Shashankasana, rabbit pose.
Okay.
Sit in Vajrasana, take the hands higher, like then your back arms touching your ears and fingers together so the energy remains in the body. Inhale deeply here, okay? Bring a smile to the face. First exhale, then inhale deeply, then exhaling, go forward. Take the hands on the floor, take the forehead on the floor, and slide the hands forward. Exhale completely, and repeat this 4 times. What it does, it completely sort of revives, our brain completely the part that, what is happening is most part of brain are dormant. So it nourishes, it takes a year there, takes the blood there. Once the brain is nourished, clarity of mind comes. And what does clarity of mind do? It makes us easy for us to realize who we are.
There is also a beautiful insight that we had come up with, which said, a bhogi sleeps on the belly, a rogi sleeps on the back, and a yogi sleeps on the side. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
Point is, there's another major advantage of sleeping on the left side is major advantage. Not many people know that our right lung is 30% larger than the left. Okay? When you sleep on the left side, your right nostril, Pingala, comes into play. So your right lung comes into play. So imagine you are providing 30% more fresh oxygen to your system by just sleeping on the left side. 30%. So that completely revives you. Then secondly, what happens when you sleep on the left side, your heart is rested on the ground, floor, literally, on the left side. Heart is rested on the floor. So gravitational pull is minimal. And heart, is the most hard-working organ, 24/7.
Yeah.
So that what happens is, heart can freely do its work, okay? And there's incidentally, in yoga, we call it Matsya Kridasana. It's called a flapping fish pose in English. Matsya Kridasana. You sleep like a fish. What is the reason for that? The quality of air is very, very superior. Superior in the sense, quality of air is decided by ions, positive ions and negative ions. Negative ions are better, it's about your health.
Acha.
Yes. They increase everything, your flow of energy, circulation, everything in nature, negative ions. So negative ions are highest in the morning in Brahma Muhurat, in the air. Human beings are the biggest polluters, What really sort of cleans the air is the vegetation, plantation, all the trees and all that. So whole night, what they have done is they have literally refreshed the air, all the plants, the quality of air is far more fresh in the morning. Then not only that, then what happens is your level of overall efficiency is higher early morning, because you are totally refreshed and there are no distractions, no disturbances, and you can concentrate better. So your output is much higher.
So one thing that you said is, you wake up 2 hours before sunrise in your city or country. After you wake up at Brahma Muhurat, Mama, what is the first thing that you should do? Is there like a chant or a mudra?
There are a number of things that you can do, okay? So what will happen is you'll be sleeping, I'm assuming that after this, the goodness of sleeping on the left side.
And Matsya Kridasana.
And Matsya, you'll be sleeping in Matsya Kridasana. So what you'll do is you'll place your right hand on top and rise from the left.
So you place your right hand, your right palm on
Yes.
the left side, and then slowly get up, right?
Yes. There's something called, as per the scriptures, there's something called Karadarshan. Kara means hands. Darshan, you look at your palm. Because here, this particular thing has a very psychological significance. See, everything that is there in our life is there literally written in our hands, astrologically, and even if you look at it in terms of, for example, yoga. That's what is 5, your 5 elements, your whole gross body. And then each element, this thing represents, or pipe is, there are mudras. With everything is a hand. Hasta mudras are very, very important, They represent 5 tattvas. This is called Vayu tattva, tip of the thumb and tip of the index finger. Then Akash Tattva, ether, tip of the middle finger, tip of the thumb. Then Prithvi Tattva, ring finger, which represents Prithvi, earth element, and thumb. And finally, the Jala Tattva, which is Varun, I think, is pinky finger, the small finger, and tip of the thumb. This is fire, air, ether, earth, and water. Okay, these five elements.
So all 5 elements are in our hands.
All the 5 elements are there, okay? And all over everything manifested is 5 elements, nothing but 5 elements. This is called Prana Mudra, okay? There are Panch Pranas. What is the area for is heart and lung, okay? Then Apana Mudra, tip of the thumb, index finger, and middle finger. These 2 fingers are free. What is the area Apana? Abdomen, entire digestive system, whole Apana. Then Samana Mudra, tip of the thumb, ring finger, and pinky finger. What is the area? Outside the lungs, but inside the rib cage, thoracic area. So then Udana. What is Udana? Ring finger, pinky finger, and this is Udana. These 2 fingers are free. Okay, what is the area of Udana? Our extremities, head, face, shoulders, hands, and feet. Then Vyana, with the breath which pervades the whole body but acts as an emergency breath. You know, when people are in coma, and what's sustained them? After people die for some time, the body immediately doesn't decompose. Is Vyana, the 5th kind of breath. So these are the Pranaya Swaha, Apanaya Swaha. This becomes what is Prana Shuddhi. This is 5 mantras combined with mudra becomes Shuddhikaran. So Prana Shuddhi, then Tattva Shuddhi, you know. Om Prithvi Nam, Om Vayuve Namaha, Om Akashaya Namaha, or Shunye Namaha, Om Prithvi Namaha, Om Apo Namaha. You know, this becomes Tattva Shuddhi.
Okay. That's what they do in Havans, basically.
Yeah, that is what is done before Havan, after Havan, all that.
So, Mama, when we wake up, how do we utilize them?
We can just do Karadarshan. Karadarshan is, you bring your hands in front of you. Like, for example, normally what we do is we don't open the eyes immediately. We put our hands like this, and behind the fingers, we open the eyes slowly, you know. So the light doesn't hit the eyes, you know. And then bring the hands in front of you. Then looking at the finger part. Om Karagre Vasate Lakshmi Karamadde Saraswati Karamulo Stito Brahma Prabhate Karadarshanam. What it means? Karagre Vasate Lakshmi. Who is Lakshmi? The goddess of peace, prosperity, resides in the front part of my hand. Karagre. Karamadde Saraswati. Who is Saraswati? The goddess of knowledge, wisdom. She lives in the middle part of my hand. Karmulo Stito Brahma. Who is Brahma? Who is responsible for all creativity. Resides in the bottom part of my hand. So in other words, everything of peace, prosperity, knowledge, wisdom, and creativity is in my hand.
When you say residing, meaning, is this metaphorical or?
Literally reside. No, they reside here. Lakshmi resides in the front part of our hand. Saraswati resides in the middle part of the hand. If you do advanced sadhana, for example, with the Karadarshan, you can see them literally after a while. You see Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Brahma there, you know, in terms of how you visualize them, energy, you know, in terms of this thing. So that actually happens, yes. That's why when the Namaste is why so powerful. Your Anjali Mudra, why is so important? Because you are bringing these 3 most sort of auspicious, sacred energies together. There's another mantra, which we call it Shama Yachna Mantra. Because when you get up in the morning, you touch the earth with the feet, you know, when you put your feet on the earth. So before that, you just recite a mantra. There's no better sort of better way of expressing our reverence for Mother Earth. You know what that mantra says? Om Samudra Vasane Devi, Samudra Vasane Devi, Parvat Stana Mandale, Vishnu Patnim Namastubhyam, Padishparsa Shamaswame. Om Samudra Vasane Devi, Mother, you are wrapped in the sari of ocean. Parvat Stana Mandale, your body is constituted by these mountains and valleys, you know. Who are you? Vishnu Patni, you are the wife of Vishnu. Who is Vishnu? Sustainer of this whole universe. So in other words, you are as his wife, you are the sustainer actually of this universe. Padisparshama, so please pardon me because I'm going to touch you with my feet.
Okay.
You know, what a reverence. You know, this is what our culture is.
Absolutely. Scientifically, scientists also say that there is transference of free, because it's grounding, right? Science tells us it's grounding. There's also transference of electrons from the earth onto us.
Absolutely.
Which reduces oxidative stress.
See, this is actually basically, you see, the earthing.
Yeah.
Without, nothing works, no instrument can work without earthing. So earthing is important kind of thing. So the earth is that element, which keeps us in evenly, our energy is evenly distributed. Whether it's positive, negative energy, positive, negative pole, or it is basically energy that flows vertically and energy that flows horizontally. Spiritual energy flow vertically. Material energies flow horizontally or downward, So that's why it is so difficult to bring this alignment between spiritual life and material life. Because the flow of energies are different in different directions. So that creates a conflict,
So you can never be a spiritual person and be a materialistic person together.
Difficult. Because the flow of energies are different. As a material person, your energies are flowing horizontally or downwards. And as spiritual planets, energies have to flow upward.
Mama, there is another thing that is commonly done, which is rubbing of the palms together before you place them on the eyes. Because scientifically it is said that there are 17,000 free nerve endings on your palm. So when you do this, the entire nervous system becomes active. So should this be done from the yogic standpoint?
Yes. When you rub the palms together, first gently, then go on increasing the pressure on the palm. And they become warm, the hand become. So what happens when we want to relax our eyes, and particularly the nerves that connect eyes with the brain, temples, kind of thing. Basically. So what happens is you don't touch the eyes. You just make the hand like a cusp and place them on your eyes and let that heat transfer, kind of thing. That is what literally sort of opens the nerves that connect to eyes with the brain. So that is why palming is very, very important. Now when we do Tratak, any eye exercise, for example, the Chakshukriya, all that, then the palming is very, very important. In the morning also, suppose that, I think it's a wonderful discipline that you rub your palms, make them hot, then make them like a cusp, and let the heat transfer to your eyes, and then open the eyes slowly. It will help.
While in bed, Mama, what are some of the things that we should do while still remaining in the bed?
Now, when you are doing, let's say, Karadarshan, you are aligning with yourself with the finest energy in the back. Whatever you do should take us higher than that. Now, for example, this Linga Mudra, Shiva Linga Mudra, that thing basically make you turn your hand like a yoni and place it as you can imagine that linga kind of thing. What happens, awareness immediately goes to your heart chakra, anahat. So it take the energy higher. From anahat, take it to Vishuddhi, take it to Arghya, and from Arghya, take it to even Sahasrara, And feel that your tip of the thumb is coming out from your Sahasrara chakra. Strength, beauty of Shiva Lingam is that it is endless, Shiva Linga has no bottom and no top. It is endless. It is infinite, both sides. In terms of height, in terms of depth. So what is the flow of the energy of flow is, it goes endlessly to higher levels, endlessly to lower levels also.
Oh, beautiful. So we can do this sitting on the bed.
This can be done on the bed. Just imagine Shiva Lingam. You go into Shiva Linga Mudra and just imagine.
And where is the Sahasrara? You said imagine that it's coming out of your Sahasrara.
Sahasrara is the crown, right literally on the crown. So Sahasrara chakra. And when you say Brahma Randha, then Brahma Randha takes you right there, Sahasrara. Brahma, your sound will revolve in your head. Randha is the crown head. Brahma Randha. So that is the... And the beauty of the Tantra names is that they take you to the exact location, Mula, Kanda, Nabhi, Hrda, then Kantha, then Kantha, then Bhru Madhya. Bhru, when you say Bhru Madhya, awareness will first go to eyebrows, Madhya, middle of the head. That is the Arghya chakra. Then Brahma Randha, Brahma, which would revolve in the head, Randha, it literally jumps on the crown.
Oh, so the words also are connected to the vibrations which then impact.
Absolutely, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes, but there's a big challenge, for people to locate the chakra. So there's always, so that Tantra name takes you right there. These are Tantra names.
So in bed, we do Shivling,
yes,
Mudra.
And you just...
and how do we sit?
I think Siddha Yoni Asana is the best asana, or any meditation asana,
Okay, Sukhasana also we can
Yeah,
sit.
Sukhasana you
And
also
for
can.
how long do we do this?
Maximum 5 minutes.
Okay. Eyes?
No, should be closed.
Okay.
So you are more concentrated.
Okay. Anything else that we can do sitting in bed?
There are certain dharanas, very, very powerful dharanas. But then, for example, there is something called Kalagni Rudra. What you do is basically, ultimately what we have to do is we have to sort of dissolve the identification with body. So you can literally burn your body. Our right toe, big toe, is called Kalapad. It's a technical term for it. Because that has the quality that you can really, like how you light a candle, similarly you can light your toe like that, literally burn. And let that fire spread to your whole body. Let the whole body be burnt. So this is first dharana, body. So what happens, body-centric identification dissolves. The body you have burnt, literally, mentally, early morning. Then the next dharana is you have burnt the body, but then you have attachments remain, for home, for place, for everything, for people, connect our relations, obsessions, addictions, everything. Burn everything.
How do you do this dharana?
Creative contemplation, you have to contemplate that you are literally lighting your thumb and that fire is spreading and burning your whole body. You imagine that whole body has turned into ash. The body is not there. Then go to next dharana, which is burn the surrounding, everything, the home, the city, the works, universe, everything. Everything is burnt. So matter is finished. What is left is a flame. And that you can literally see that flame. And that flame grows, big, it fills the whole universe.
Okay. This we can do lying down on the bed?
Yes,
Okay.
you can.
Very nice. So now we have finally finished our bed ritual. Now we get off the bed. What is the correct way to get off the bed? Some say that whichever nadi is open,
Yeah, exactly. You should go take your awareness to your nostrils, find out which nadi is active. Get up from that side.
So if my left nostril is active,
Then you should rise from the left side. Take your left foot down first. And if your right nostril is active, which is is avoidable, but I think it's better that our left nostril is active. Normally in the morning, left nostril will be active.
And why is that? Why should you place that foot on the ground?
That means Ida Nadi is active. Chandrasura is active. Chandrasura controls our left side of the body, right side of the brain, but left side of the body. So use left side of the body for that. So it will be more in harmony with your sura. Left Ida is good for mental work. Your mind is controlled by Ida. Pingala is good for manual work, physical work.
Oh.
Okay. And for your Sushumna is good for spiritual work. You should try to, but basically what you should do is in the morning when you get up, there's another thing we can do is just take the awareness to both the nostrils and try before you do Karadarshan or before you do Shama Yachana Mantra, you just activate your Sushumna Nadi.
How?
Just mentally you can do that. You just close your eyes, take your awareness to both the nostrils and try to inhale and exhale from both the nostrils equally, making the exhaling longer than inhaling. Take little time for adjustment. This itself is a very important sadhana called Madhya Dasha.
So relaxing.
Absolutely. And for spiritual work, and you are doing anything Karadarshan also, it will keep that impact will be much greater.
And how many times should I do this?
Normally we do 9 inhaling, 9 exhaling, minimum, 9 inhaling. Arohan and Avarohan, they're called, ascent and descent. We take the Kundalini higher after Brahma and do it 9 times.
And we can do this sitting on the bed?
Yes, you can do it sitting on the bed, you can do it lying down also.
Okay.
But sitting on the bed is better, taking the Kundalini.
Okay, then after that what happens? We've checked which nadi is active and
Yes,
we put that
is
foot
put
forward.
and then you just, normally you'll go for urination in the morning, A lot of people drink their urine, that is the time when you urine. Yes. There's a particular way how you drink your urine. You don't, the madhya, because when you start, you just first let it go for the first few minutes, few seconds, and then madhya, the middle part of when you urine, that urine is Amrit.
Oh,
I tell you.
super, Mama.
Yeah.
I never heard of this. Really?
Yes.
Wow.
A lot of, for example, Moraji Desai was famous for, his Amrit, this pan, it's called, this thing, urine.
You're saying the urination is can be divided into 3 parts.
Yes, beginning, middle and end part. So the middle part urine is, if those who drink, they should be drinking the middle part urine.
But how do I know how much is the urine and to say, okay,
You
exactly?
mentally, you exactly know. I mean, this thing basically, you'll feel that, when you're
Okay.
you'll feel that.
So initially, how much of the urine should I pass?
Let's divide into 3 parts. Let's say if
Okay.
you're taking 2 minutes,
Okay.
so roughly about one third,
Okay.
basically.
And how do you drink it?
You drink it normally, basically, use relish it, for example,
Just
basically.
collect it and then.
Yes,
maybe,
you
okay.
then collect it
And just drink it like water.
yes.
Okay. And you're saying what are the benefits of this?
What it does, it basically, whole our system, what comes out from that is not, it's a waste element, but it is also has got all these nutrients, in that kind. In urine, if you analyze your urine, that when you analysis of urine, you will find proteins in that, you will find calcium in that. Then there are also dhatus in that, Particularly dhatu is our semen part, Urine also contains certain semen.
Even for women?
I'm sure for women also, but I'm not sure about whether. But it certainly contains for men. So that, but element of semen will be there for women also, because the egg is ultimately formed from that element. So what happens is it helps you get back your vigor, urine. So urine has so many benefits.
Wow.
In fact, Mahatma Gandhi used to take urine regularly. And if you do this, what you call naturopathy courses in naturopathy treatment at the centers like Urli Kanchan and all the Gandhian, which started by Gandhiji, urine is very much there, basically, urine therapy.
Okay, therapy.
Yes, it's a therapy. Urine is a therapy. And then another very good simple technique is when you urinate, you should clench your teeth, Clench, when you are urinating, if you clench your teeth, yes, absolute tighter. So what will happen is very good for your gums and for teeth. You will never get pyorrhea in your life. You will not get any kind of problem with the teeth thing. So you should keep the teeth clenched. And then also when you splash water, for example, you should splash cold water on the face in the morning, particularly for eyes, which is very, very good. It not only cleanses it, cleans them, but it also revives them. Then cleaning of mouth is very, very important. And particularly cleaning tongue. So what you should normally do is, God has given us wonderful this 4 fingers, so you should use them for cleaning your tongue.
How?
You just take the and you rub it, basically, take the tongue out and take the 4 fingers, or 3 fingers. Use the nails.
Acha.
Yes. And use that instead of using that.
Tongue scraper.
Yeah. What happens is tongue cleaners, gradually they sort of decrease the sensitivity of tongue, And tongue is a very sensitive thing in terms of taste element, all the birds, though they get blunted, particularly with the plastic ones or in the metal ones, You should not use them. Use your own. God has given you multiple 4 fingers. Use them for cleaning.
How many times?
Well, it depends on you till you feel that everything has come out, All the coating, basically tongue gets that coating, which should be removed. If your evacuation of bowel is clear, then you will not get the coating also, will be less. You get more coating on the tongue if your bowel is not clear.
Mama, a lot of people have gut health issues. And we already know that, now science is saying that your gut is your second brain. But our yogis and acharyas have been saying it for a very, very long time,
Absolutely.
right? Even 90% of the serotonin, which comes in the happy hormone family, actually lies in your gut. So feel-good factor is not so much in your brain as much as it is in your gut.
Correct.
But लोगों का पेट ही साफ नहीं हो रहा. People are not able to cleanse themselves completely. They're not able to evacuate their bowels. Either they're not able to do it regularly, or they have no time in the day, or they're not able to completely evacuate themselves. So please give us some techniques on how we can smoothen this process.
The whole thing depends on, first of all, what you eat. Equally important is how you eat. And third important thing is when you eat. Okay. What you eat, you should eat freshly cooked foods. Refrigerated food is dead food. It becomes tamasic. So freshly cooked food, number 1. When you should eat at a particular time when you feel hungry. If you're not hungry, you should not eat.
Okay.
Then how you eat. So each morsel should be chewed at least 16 times, we say. Because only mechanism of grinding the food in the system is the teeth. The grinding happens only in the mouth. Then if you just swallow it, the food will go in a condition, it will not be digested. Okay. So we say that solids should be swallowed, literally chew them so much that it becomes liquid in the mouth. And liquid should be gulped, literally, that thing liquid, but it should be swallowed
Chew your water, drink your food.
during your food.
Because someone told me that, even when you take water first,
Yeah, it should revolve in the mouth, because what happens then, all these enzymes, which are in the mouth only, they make it more palatable, more digestible.
because many people don't know this, even water takes time to digest.
Yes.
I heard that warm water takes 45 minutes to digest and cold water takes 3 hours to digest, is what one of my Ayurveda acharyas told me. Is that true, Mama?
Possible. There is a whole body mechanism for that. For Jataragni, cold water, what it does, it extinguishes the fire. So for that to light again, it takes time. So that's why we should avoid drinking water with food, which is completely 40 minutes before the food and 40 minutes after the food, no water.
I'm going to be personally conducting a classical Hatha Yoga retreat in Ladakh from the 23rd of August until the 31st of August. If you'd like to be a part of this mystical experience where you will be learning classical tools of yoga which are almost 5,000 years old for your holistic well-being, then you can contact the details flashing on your screen. Please share this video among others. I look forward to seeing all of you around. Mama, what is the correct technique to enable bowel movement first thing in the morning as per yoga?
They should allow enough time after the food and sleeping. That's the one main reason why the bowel movement doesn't happen in the morning. Because the people eat very late, then go to sleep. Obviously that food is not digested. Body has a system. Secondly, now if you can't control that, there are certain these what you call things that stimulate, for example, Triphala, which has no side effects whatsoever because all they are herbs basically.
How much Triphala?
1 teaspoon in your mouth and
In
then
hot
take
water?
Warm water.
Okay, warm water.
And in place like this kind of weather, you can even take in normal water kind of thing, that. But warm water is always better. Third thing is, there are certain mudras, there's a mudra called Shapan. Shapan, what is Shapan? You just, this mudra, you take it and put it, hands parallel, touching your ears. Index fingers is touching each other, okay? So Shapan mudra. This is also what it does, it opens our intestine, basically small intestine, but big intestine and colon, this is colon kind of thing. So what happens is, this also will help.
Okay.
Evacuating gases.
Am I supposed to stand on my toes when doing this?
No. You are sitting on a normal position in commode or whatever you can do. Well, do this thing, okay? So this is one. And then also second, this is the alternative of this is taking the finger down like this. This stimulates the flow of energy downward, I think basically. So that also helps, Shapan. Then there is always this what you call Prithvi Mudra, earth element. If you put pressure on your ears, on the other, touch it like this. So this also helps. Then Apana Mudra. This is Prana, this is Apana. When these two fingers are free and this Apana Mudra. This also help evacuation, Apana.
What about Malasana?
Yes, because if you can sit in Malasana, it brings pressure on your stomach, presses the intestine and particularly colon, So it helps evacuation.
So just sit there for a few minutes and then, because I find that the easiest method.
Yeah, yes.
It's just so quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
It works like this.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, there's some of these things, old things, or always everybody sat in Malasana only before for evacuation, because you sat on those Indian kind of toilets or they're basically or in open or whatever kind of thing.
When you're talking about the hand mudras that you're supposed to be doing on the bed, how many times are you supposed to be doing these mudras? For how long?
4 times. See, 1 round also is good enough, if you do for 2 minutes. That is what normally I do. I do it for 2 minutes in each mudra. So it becomes, like say, there are 5 mudras basically. So 10 minutes. And I think, yes, one important thing, we should always, see, food should not be cooked for ourselves. Food we should cook for somebody else or for God. Prasad. Secondly, you must always pray and eat.
Yeah.
Okay, and that prayer, that comes from our Gurukul tradition,
Yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Please teach us that prayer.
Yes, the prayer is Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saviryam Karvavahe Tejasvina Vaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Sahana Vavatu. I think this is from Gurukul, with students saying, let's live together in the spirit of harmony. Sahana Bhunaktu, whatever is available, let's share and eat. Saviryam Karavave, and let our hand rise only to help others. Ma vidvisha hoye, and never have any ill will towards anything or anybody. So this prayer, the thing.
And then start eating.
And then you start eating in silence. We should give reverence. Food is Brahma. It sustains us. So we should keep that reverence. So eat in silence and be careful what you are eating and how you are eating. Important. Give all the attention to that food like a Brahma. And then you can end it with prayer. Normally the prayer is, we just say, offer the thing to Shiva and Parvati. Om Namaha Parvati Pate Hara Hara Mahadev. And then Annapurna. Om Annapurne Namastasya Namastasya Namastasya.
Okay.
And then you just...
How should we eat? Position of eating.
Eating normally is, the point is you should sit on floor. But which is rare these days now. Everybody sits on so-called dining table. And tables and chairs are the enemies of humanity.
Yeah.
There are a lot of problems because of we don't sit on the floor. We just throw the furniture from one of the rooms away and start using the floor for the thing. You will become far more flexible. So sadhak should try to sit on the floor, particularly while eating. Keep it on a choke of the food and keep the back straight. And you can ideally see the point. Best asana is squatting position. Yes, for eating. You'll see in the hills and everywhere when we people sit in langar, nobody sits in cross-legged position, on the floor. Everybody sits on a squatting position because there's enough pressure on the abdomen. You will not end up eating too much, the thing anyway.
Okay, Mama. So now, many people don't know this, but when I am using the restroom, when I'm evacuating my bowels, washing of the private area is a very, very fundamental and an integral part of the yogic and even the Ayurvedic sciences, which is ignored, right? Largely. Of course, in the West, they don't do it. They use tissue papers, but that's that culture slowly penetrating down to India as well. Please tell me the correct method of washing the private area and then after that washing the hands, because I remember you telling me that you should wash your hands certain number of times, which is very unique. So please tell us.
Yeah, and you see, ancient time what was happening was people used to go in open and everything, mud was the main agent they used for cleansing, mud, Because you say that you should wash your hands 16 times, literally. That time the concept of hygiene was not so advanced thing basically. Of course, today what has happened is that we have taken to other extreme now, basically kind of thing, using some of these chemicals, detergents and all that kind of thing, which also not only cleanses, they also cleanses some of the oils which are important. So mud still has its own advantage. Today a lot of problems, particularly in the West, are because of they don't wash their private parts, and particularly the anus is not very, very important. And I would suggest that people, particularly the sadhak, we are talking about sadhaks and non-sadhak, both of them, they should do Ashwini Mudra, basically, which is called squeezing your anus and leaving it, like what a horse does, a horse does, very, very powerful, very simple, and it has so many advantages, there's Ashwini Mudra. So you squeeze the thing synchronize with breath or without breath. You squeeze your anus and release it. You squeeze it, release it. You squeeze it, release it. What strengthens the walls of the anus is the sphincter particular area, and what it does also, it sort of keeps your whole colon free from any kind of vikar, excessive gas is removed, excessive your stool is removed, everything comes out. Okay. And slowly what you could also do is you can do that natural enema. You can suck the water from your anus. After you do this Ashwini Kriya, then you can suck the water through your anus and push it out, kind of thing. You wash your complete rectum, with this. That
how do you do this?
Take a bucket of water, sit on that, or then you go into somewhere natural big lake or river or where the natural flow of water is there. You suck the water, but you clean your system first. The stomach, you should have passed the urine, stool, everything. Then you do this.
What is the preparation before we do this? Otherwise, everyone will
Ashwini Mudra. Okay. You do Ashwini Mudra for a while. Squeeze your anus.
When you say after, for a while, for how long?
Maybe a couple of months.
Acha.
By the time you really get that control, it's sucking water into your anus inside. Okay. And people do it so, some of the yogis, yes.
Oh. So Mama, Shaucha is one of the first niyamas in Patanjali's 8-limbed path of yoga.
Yes.
So before pranayam, before asana, before anything, Patanjali said that you should do Shauch first.
Exactly.
And people completely miss this.
This is Yama and Niyama are the foundation of yogic life. For
Yama and
sadhana.
Niyama in English would translate to?
Yeah, Yama is social code of conduct.
Okay.
Yamas. What are yamas? 5 yamas are ahimsa, satya, asteya, non-stealing, brahmacharya, moderate behavior, non-excessive behavior, and aparigraha, non-greed. These are social, with regard to social code of conduct. Then niyamas are personal code of conduct. Shauch, santosh, then tapa, swadhyaya, and Ishwar Pranidhan, surrender, surrender to the higher reality, the higher level consciousness, your guru or whatever, something, that higher surrender. So these are the niyamas. And Shauch is the first of that, So Shauch is elimination of waste material from everywhere, in terms of urine, in terms of stool, in terms of tongue cleaning and all that kind. Mucus, for example, cleaning of nose is so important. See, what happens is you blow your nose, close one nostril and blow one side, and close the other side and blow from other side.
Just simply blow.
Yes.
Okay.
And nose is another very sensitive part, which is not, we don't realize the importance of nose, Because smell is a very, very strong, what you call sense, which has direct relation to our Muladhara chakra, Arghya chakra. In fact, this smell integrates, again, Muladhara. When you do Nasagra Drishti, the mudra Nasagra Drishti, when you take the sight to the tip of the nose, there's an integration between Muladhara and Arghya that happens. It activates both the chakras and integrates them.
I'm assuming the next thing that we do is bathe. And there are lots of conflicting ideas, Mama, as to how to bathe and the technique of bathing. So some say that you should first let the water pass through your head, and some say it should be the feet. What is the correct technique to bathe?
No, first, water on the head is disastrous. As you know, the simple law of what you call flow energy is that energy flows from the hot to cold area. So if you put the head under the shower first, so you are taking all the heat of the body to your head, which is disastrous. Today, what is happening, you just go under the tap and turn the tap on. So water goes on the head first,
Right.
Which is the wrong way. So what you should do is, even if you are taking a shower, so first take the water, put it on your right foot, on your gross body, then on the left foot, then right hand, then left hand, then face, all the indriyas, kind of thing, then body, and then the head. This should be the order. Right foot, left foot, right hand, left hand, then face, then body, and then head.
Wow. And why is this order important?
Because flow of energy. Because what happens in the gross body? First of all, what is gross body? Which is represented by literally your right foot, right kind of, right side of the body, which is Pingala Nadi, physical body. Then subtle body, which is the left side. Okay, that thing. Then comes the causal body, which is basically indriyas, face, mind, your hands. Then the hand, for example, I said feet, hand, then face, then body, and then head.
What should the temperature of the water be while bathing?
Cold, normal. And you should never take a warm water bath unless you are sick. First of all, what happens is, see, the cold water balances the body temperature. Otherwise, what happens is that some part of the body, for example, which are hard-working organs, they get heated up and all that. Temperature is not even. So what cold water bath, it balances the temperature of the whole body. Vida, Pingala, Sushumna, in terms of Nadis and in terms of Chakras, for example. In terms of, if you believe in Kundalini energy and all the iron energy, then they are the parts which get very active,
And heated.
And heated. So, particularly now, for example, or Manipur chakra is so hot, it's fire element, basically. Okay. And Vishuddhi is so cold, it's ether element. It's ice cold, literally. So what a cold water bath does, it brings balance between this, your Manipur chakra and your Vishuddhi chakra, hot and cold. So it evens it out.
And Mama, also people think that bathing is only like an external cleansing process, but it's not. Bathing has something to do with Bhuta Shuddhi and cleansing of the elements also, right? More fundamentally, the water element, which is 70% of us.
Absolutely. And then after bath, particularly when you rub your body, you open all the pores. So that's very, very important. If your pores in the body, that are clogged, if they are clogged, then you don't breathe normally. You not only breathe through nose, you also breathe through your body, every part of body, those pores. They should be open.
Okay.
And what a shower particularly, and after that you rub your body with a little coarse cloth, khadi or something like that, towels. So it is very, very important that you just keep everything in moderation.
Now, Mama, I'm assuming after you take a bath, you sit to do some practices.
Some
Now,
meditation.
people who are watching, all of them might not be very intense, yoga practitioners or seekers also for that matter. So, what are some simple but yet very powerful tools of yoga that people can do, maybe just sitting on a chair or maybe even standing up or lying down, that you could suggest?
I've been always suggesting to people that what they can do is offer water, arghya, to sun. See, without sun, then no, life is not possible. Even if you are a believer or non-believer, you realize the importance of sun, okay? And fire element, or not the important elements in your body. So it's a simple thing, it doesn't cost you anything. Just have a pot, a special kind of pot, I think basically, and take water from the fresh water and looking to the east. If you can see the sun, wonderful. You can't see, doesn't matter. Looking to the east, mentally close your eyes and offer that water to sun. It has a lot of psychological advantages.
Okay.
Yes. So first of all, whatever you are aligning with sun, the most powerful source of energy. So some of that energy rubs onto you, okay? And then what happens is obstacles. I mean, we generally believe giving arghya removes obstacles. That concept of what is God has given us, we are offering back to the God. And then simple Om Suryaya Namaha mantra, Om Hreem Ghrani. So they are very powerful mantra called Om Hreem Ghrani Surya Aditya Shreem. These are names of sun. And we just normally do it bowing down, Take the hands back and bow down in Samkonasana, 90 degrees, and chant this mantra mentally 3 times. And then after that, do one parikrama. Parikrama is a wonderful thing, that we have, the circumambulation, we go around. Now we have this concept in every temple, because what are you doing? You are literally dipping into the aura of that temple, Sun can you imagine the aura of sun? When you do a parikrama, you are literally imbibing that aura, the energy of sun.
And that quality.
And the quality.
So one thing you said is the Surya ko jal dena, or the sun salutation. What is the next thing that people can do?
So pranayama. Pranayama take a subtle body to causal body. Then they can do just a simple pranayama called Anulom Vilom.
Okay.
Alternate nostril breathing. Close the right nostril, inhale from the left, turn the hand, close the left, exhale from right. Then inhale from right, close this and exhale from left. This is one round. Do 4 rounds of alternate nostril breathing. Anulom Vilom. And same thing, if you hold the breath, it becomes Nadi Shodhan. And then you do the awareness on Ajna Chakra. In Anulom Vilom, awareness is normally on the flow of the breath.
So one nostril is open.
But we start always from left.
Left, okay. I start from left and then exhale from the right.
Yes.
Then inhale from the
right
and exhale from the left. Okay.
For example, there's a simple dharana. Interlock the fingers, place them on your Ajna Chakra here, gently. And then take the hands back as much as possible. Okay, then try to look at your armpits, both the armpits simultaneously. What happens? Your Kundalini starts rising from Muladhara, It rises. And keep taking the hands apart. Your sight is on the armpits, You're looking at the armpits. And what you can do also is, because this is quite powerful, but if you close the eyes and try to look there, it becomes more powerful. And then you go into Khechari Mudra, it becomes even more powerful. Khechari Mudra is tongue lock, Khechari, you just turn the tongue back like this. Tip of the lower part of the tongue touches the upper palate, and tip of the tongue keeps going back.
So this, and I am now pushing this as back as I can, and I try looking on
in my armpits.
My armpits, okay.
And there is then another mudra which you could do called Vitat, What you do is bring your hands like this, as if you are holding your brain, physical brain, Then as you bring the hands closer, your brain gets squeezed. Awareness of the physical, it will get squeezed. And literally the sparks will rise from there. Okay, if you keep the awareness physical on the brain, and if you can also do it in Ajna Chakra, your Ajna Chakra lights up. And then slowly move the hands away, your brain gets again relaxed. Brain, physical, Then bring it closer, yes, slightly, yes. Close eyes, bring the hands closer and press the brain from both sides. What it does, it opens all the dormant part of the brain. There are brain has, you see, as per modern science, brain has 6 parts. Of the 9 are dormant, 9 parts.
Acha.
Only 1 part is active, which is of thinking.
Total waste.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happens is it activates the remaining other parts. As per yoga, there are 6, brain is divided into 6 parts. 5 are dormant.
Acha.
Okay. What it does, it activates those dormant part of the brain, basically.
Okay.
Your memory improves, your efficiency, everything improves, basically. Eyesight improves, hearing improves. All that kind of simple.
So I'm trying to here visualize my brain and
Yeah,
then trying to
you
squeeze
are
the
holding your brain.
Holding your brain.
In the hands.
And then I'm trying to squeeze the brain.
Yes.
And then I'm trying to relax the brain.
Yes.
So I do this how many times?
5 times, 9 times, odd times, 3, 5, 9, whatever basically. It's too powerful, even if you do 5 times.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so like that, I don't know if they can do those mudras. As people, when they start practicing, then you get the taste of it. Then they will look for, what they can do. Some mudra may help, some dharanas may help, some people pranayama may help, even some asanas. For example, that neck thing, for example. Now today, one major problem is spondylitis, the thing, your sciatic pain. So what you can do is, basically there are 2 asanas. One is called Griva, neck is called Griva in Sanskrit, Griva Chakrasan. So what you do is, you close your eyes, sit straight, your back has to be absolutely straight, okay? So what you do is, close your eyes, just turn your head to the right first. As you come to your shoulder, open the eyes slowly, look behind, okay? Only the neck moves, nothing else. Hold here as long as you can. Nice. There's a lot of pressure on your Pingala Nadi. Then when you find difficult to hold, close the eyes and come to the slowly center. Closing the eyes. Come to the center. Then turn to the left. As you come to the shoulder, open the eyes, look behind. Hold. And then come to the center and go up. Eyes are closed, open the eyes, look behind as much as possible. And then slowly come down and again close the eyes and inhaling, go down. Open the eyes, look at your chin, hold the breath. And you find it difficult to hold, slowly exhaling, come to the center. This is 1 round. Do 4 rounds or 2 rounds. Amazing, but spondylitis kind of thing. In a matter of weeks, all the nerves open up, all these blockages open up,
Achha.
and you get relieved of the pain.
How many cycles?
4. And the second asana is simple, which is called Chakrasan, rotation. Bring the chin close to your chest, exhale completely, and you should be doing all this with a smile on the face, please, And then inhaling, rotate the head like this, come up to this point, inhaling. Then you start exhaling and go down. This is 1 round. Do 4 rounds like this, clockwise. Awareness on the neck completely. And then 4 rounds anti-clockwise. Go inhaling and come down, exhaling. Or you can go exhaling up and inhaling down. 4 rounds of Chakrasana. Spondylitis will be completely healed.
Anyone can do this?
It's called Skanda Chakrasana, the shoulder basically for pelvic. So we can just exhale completely here, inhaling, take them, and make them as much as possible. But it's the same thing again. It's more for shoulder. Bring them both together, take them higher like this. So do 4 rounds like this, and then alternate the direction and alternate the breathing. But if you do them synchronized with breathing, they are all more effective.
Okay, Mama, so now we've woken up, we've cleansed our system, we've taken a shower, we've done our sadhana, and we've finished eating. Now what?
Yes. Every morning I go for a walk. It makes me very sad. Because a lot of people, their postures are so defective, they'll be hunched down. There's a correct way of walking is looking 5 meters in front, about 15 to 16 feet in front. And so that with that, what happens is your spine remains absolutely straight. Back of the head gets aligned with your back. So what happens is people who walk with hunched down, they get wrinkles very fast. Main channel of flow of energy is Kundalini and brain. These are the main parts. And the moment you hunch down or don't walk properly or sit properly, what happens? You block the flow of energy. Secondly, hand should never be like, fingers should not be like open like this. The energy flows down. Yes, there are 2 mudras which you should use while walking. Either one is called Chinmay. What Chinmay is, this, you touch the tip of the thumb with the index finger and bring the 3 fingers on the palm. This is Chinmaya Mudra. Either walk in Chinmaya Mudra, the mudra of concentration. It increases concentration. Then whatever you are doing is, for example, you are chanting a mantra, you will chant it far more effectively. Or Adi Mudra. What is Adi Mudra? Bring the thumb here, like this inside, and bring the 4 fingers on top. Adi Mudra. It really sort of connects us with our source. So we should always walk either into these 2 mudras. Third thing is, while walking now, what turns or makes a walk, general walk, into meditation walk? When we move in silence and our mind is either on a mantra or on a deity in terms of form or in terms of yantra, some higher energy source. So you should walk in silence, walk in either in Chinna or Adi Mudra, and with your mind concentrated on a mantra or on a deity. And you can chant any mantra, for example, Om Namah Shivaya is a very powerful mantra. Then Mahamrityunjay mantra, is very, very powerful. Or the Swadarsh mantra of Vishnu, 12 letters, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That is also
Om
very...
Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all these mantras, any of the, choose any mantra depending on your other thing, chant that mantra. So what happens is it aligns with that energies of that deity.
How to sit?
Sitting, see, the point is depends. Only we should sit on the floor as far as possible, and our back should be straight. Now, there's one important thing. For example, there are 2 mudras. One is Chinna, where no matter where you go in a yoga studio, anywhere in the world, they will ask you to sit in Chinna Mudra. What happens in Chinna Mudra? You bring 2 elements, which is fire and air together. When you bring air to fire, what happens? Fire gets stimulated. So the more energy is available. And secondly, your thumb also represents the creator, Brahma. And index finger represents the creation, Srishti, Shakti. So when you join these 2, you bring the Shiva and Shakti together. So what happens is when you keep the palm facing up, the flow of energy is upward and outward.
Okay.
And there's another mudra which is called Jnana. When you take the palm down, the flow of energy is inward and downward. So it helps you in concentration, but it creates a lot of dissonance, because spiritual energy, you want to take it higher. And this mudra will take it down. So little bit of conflict arises in the beginning, But then ultimately you feel more grounded. Ultimately, the Jnana Mudra. So this always you should master these 2 mudras, Chinna and Jnana. This is called cultivating the mind. And you can cultivate your mind in a particular way,
Now, Mama, coming to the most important aspect of yoga, which is the breath. The rope of the breath is supposed to be the Kurmanadi because it ties the being to the body or the soul to the body. And I think most of us are breathing incorrectly. And that is why we have physical diseases, mental diseases, and we're not able to spiritually experience those higher dimensions and taste that euphoria of that other dimension, right? So what is the correct way to breathe, if you can take us through that?
Swami Satyananda, like many yogis, renowned yogis, they believe that we come our limited number of breaths in the world, in life. So preserving that breath is very, very important. Swami Satyananda always insisted that breathing should be gentle, subtle, and prolonged. It should not be harsh. Now today, some of the yogis that are teaching that pranayama and all that, like
power yoga.
Yeah, power yoga, which is I think it's shortening the lifespan, in my opinion. Okay, so it should be preserved. It should be breathing. So breathing should be always very subtle at the same time, and it can be long. And you can extend the breathing, inhaling and and make the exhaling longer than inhaling. Then what it does, it literally sort of cleanses, brings all the contaminated air out. Then only fresh air can take that place. So breathing, if you can breathe. And so starting point is just be always conscious there. Breathing is of 5 different kinds.
So can you tell me what these 5 kind of breathings are and how they should be done?
Yes. First of all is yogic breathing. Yogic breathing is where we take it is with prana here, you take it to your lungs. So what you do is when you inhale, you divide the lungs into 4 parts. You fill the bottom part first, second part next, third part, and then top part. Then when you exhale, you empty the top part first, then the second part, then the third part, and finally bottom part. Literally, mentally, yogic breathing. This itself can take care of so many issues.
Acha.
You'll sleep much better, insomnia will be taken care of. Your anger, you want to manage your anger because of this yogic breathing. It gives you total control over your anger. Second kind of breathing is abdominal breathing, where what happens is when you inhale, abdomen bloats. And when you exhale, abdomen goes down. Okay. Now this breathing is of course all our digestive system, reproductive system, urinary system, excretory system, all are here in this area. So it touches everything.
How do you do that?
You just take the awareness to your abdomen, inhale, abdomen only, lungs will be untouched, abdomen will bloat. And when you exhale, abdomen will collapse. And what is the breath here which is being activated? Apana. Then third is called thoracic breathing, thorax. Outside the lungs, inside the rib cage. You take the awareness, and what will happen is, when you inhale, pressure will be on the lungs will squeeze, abdomen, your rib cage will expand. So feel that breath, and then when you exhale, rib cage will collapse, lungs will expand. Then fourth is clavicular breathing, Udana breath, which is in extremities, head, face, hands, and feet. Okay, so when you inhale, keep the awareness on your extremities. They literally feel charged, right?
Like hand, okay.
All your senses will be, then will be charged. Feet will be charged. And when you exhale, they relax. Then last kind of breathing is Vyana breath, which is pervades all over. So keep the awareness all over, and you inhale and exhale. So you activate your Vyana breath, which is the emergency breath.
Okay.
These 5 kind of breathings.
Okay, so Mama, through the day, I have finally done everything that I should be doing, and it's time for me to sleep. What is the ideal time to sleep?
See, depending on, at least you should give minimum 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours after your meal. Okay, so if you eat at 7 o'clock, you should sleep by 10. Okay, so 3 hour gap before you go to sleep. Because this is what when people eat and hit the bed. That is very unhygienic, so that is one problem. And secondly, it depends on how many hours you intend to sleep. So calculate that, I think basically, so that you want to get up at 4 o'clock. For example, I go to sleep between 10 and 10:30, by 10 o'clock. Get up at between 4 and 4:30, 4 o'clock. So about 6 hours sleep is good enough at my age. But younger people may need a little more than that,
They do?
Yes, they might need, because what happens is body metabolism, is higher.
Okay. What are some yogic tools, Mama, that we can implement before sleep?
I normally do is, I just look at my day's activities, okay? And I have this one-to-one relation with God. My God is a friend. I can literally hold him by collar, literally. It's not some higher, lower kind of relation, because I have the same potential.
Absolutely.
Because of the things.
Yeah.
So what happens is, I glance through my whole day's activities, okay? And whatever brings a smile to my face, where I help somebody, felt nice kind of thing. I said, God, thank you so much. I need more of it. Give me more tomorrow, okay? Then I just do the same thing, go through the day's activities, things which brought a bitter taste in my mouth, where I felt, I should not have done this, I don't know. And then literally I hold the God, my soul by collar. Then that I told you so many times, I don't like it, Why do you keep on doing this? Another thing is just samarpan, saying that everything, surrender everything to the higher reality. Let's face it, everything happens for good. At that moment, you may not like it, because the mind will revolt. Mind will say, no, this, But the fact is, everything happening is auspicious.
Really?
Yes. Shiva, what does it mean? It is auspicious. Look at the form of Shiva, that everything. But everything is auspicious.
So even the unpleasantness or the failure is a stepping stone for the highest.
Yes, exactly. And it is at the, when we are operating at the mental level.
Yeah.
What ails the society today? What is wrong with the society today? Because we have our whole thinking, orientation has become material. Now, for example, when a mother is nursing a baby, she thinks that she's nursing a doctor, engineer, or somebody, like professional career terms in terms of, and that as against that, we should be thinking that we are nursing a soul. That soul, again, we do, these things are too trivial, for the thing. So it can be a person has the potential of becoming another Buddha,
Exactly.
another Christ,
Or maybe another nothing. Why
Yes.
do they have to become something?
Exactly.
And
Why
this
do
whole
we-
thing about
absolutely,
success
absolutely, yes.
is so warped, nahi,
Yeah,
Mama, don't you
absolutely,
think?
exactly,
It's actually
absolutely.
very capitalist driven because people want people to generate economic activity.
Exactly.
They want to have income.
Yeah,
But if
exactly.
you leave that dimension aside, why do you have to become something? Why do you have to be successful?
Exactly.
Correct?
Absolutely. And what are the parameters of success? Are they
Exactly.
really, everything is totally warped.
Yeah.
So how will that energy change? That is what the big question is. And in my opinion, parenting is the key to this. See, we are so privileged to have parents, particularly who were chosen by that creator. We didn't choose them. So another thing that sadhak knows is that parents is something rare. You can get everything in life. You can get money, you can get fame, you can get everything, but you will not get your parents. So what we should do is, now as our culture says, respect them. And the one simple way of respecting is bowing, the touching the feet of our parents or our elders in the family every morning. And the blessing that comes from within, that is what our asset is. And this touch of feet has a lot of significance. Head is one pole, positive pole, and feet are the negative. And the journey, the electromagnetic energy keeps traveling like that all the time from positive to negative. And when you touch somebody's feet, so whatever you are aligning with that, the energy field of that person. If you have a higher energy, if I touch your feet, you are going to get my energy. You're going to feel that energy. To some extent, same thing is also namaste. When you bring your two hands together, but you are bringing your energy together and offering it to the next person, literally, touching. Here, the touch is not physical. Here, the touch is in terms of words. I will say namaste. That word sound carries the energy. Okay? But here, what happens is touching the feet, you are directly transferring your energy kind of thing. There are 2 points on our body. One is head. Ashirvad, when you get somebody, bless somebody, you just place your hand on the head. One is the simple reason that is a one pole which takes the energy and you all through your body. Okay. Second is the yogic way of looking at it. Your Sahasrara chakra is there. From that energy starts flowing to your other chakras. So what you are literally nourishing all your chakras basically with that energy, your energy. Now here you don't worry about the person at what level he or she is. First, people who have brought you in this world, their energy cannot be lower than yours. But we request your viewers that what they should do is touch the feet of their parents.
So, Mama, lastly, if you had to tell the viewers, why should they follow the Yogic Dinacharya or the path of sadhana or yoga? In 1 minute, what would you tell them?
My question will be simple. You want to be happy? What is happiness? So, analyze your happiness. It means money cannot give you happiness. Even relationship cannot give you happiness. We already have happiness in us. But we have covered that happiness because of these worldly desires. So how will these worldly desires subside? When you just have a goal. And that goal is liberation. What is liberation? Is freedom from any kind of suffering. So my request would be, please sit down. Just take a pen and pencil and our pen, there's a paper, and write down what is that you want. Do this exercise for, let's say, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. You'll come out, there's so many things. But then question that. Will this make me happy? So ultimately you'll come to the crux that happiness is already within. And that is not in desiring something. Happiness is not in accumulation of anything. Happiness is in renunciation.
It needn't just be like becoming a brahmachari. It could be renunciation of anything, na? Maybe
Yes.
a habit that you're
Absolutely.
not okay with.
Our weakness is anger,
Anger, correct.
greed,
Correct. Yes.
any kind of desire.
Right.
These are the limitations.
Great.
Then you don't have to tell people, who you are. Your aura, your energy tells you that.
Right.
So that is what.
Mama, Swamiji Kapri, thank you so much
We are most welcome.
once again for this brilliant
Yes.
masterclass.
I really enjoy being with you and always discussing these issues. I hope and pray that it helps your viewers.
Of course,
who are
you
very
are
enlightened. Yes.
like, I don't know how many requests keep coming, bring Mamaji back, bring Mamaji back.
Okay.
Each one of your podcasts is like a viral podcast. So
Okay.
I'm sure this is going to add so much value. And most importantly, what we discussed today are very simple tools that everyone can apply.
Exactly.
And they can be beginners or they can be people who are already on the path of yoga. And they
Yes.
can gain immensely from this, just from this 1.5 hour session that we had today. So thank you so much, Mama. And next time on another topic, everyone, we're going to have Mama soon. So if you'd like to be a part of any of Mama's classes or yoga teachers training programs, you can contact the details flashing on the banners that have been running throughout this podcast. Thank you so much, Mama. Until next time.
Thank you,
Pranam.
Shloka. Thank you. Namaste.
In case you'd like to be a part of our online and in-person yoga, diet and spiritual programs, you can join our WhatsApp group below where we post all our upcoming programs and give free tips on health, diet and lifestyle.